morning, everyone. I'm so glad that you're here. So happy. So honored that you'll be joining me today. I have my coffee. One thing that I've noticed is when I go live, it loses, at least the last couple of times, it loses the chat. So let me go ahead here and let me bring up my chat on my phone here because I can tell you I can't bring it up on the screen, unfortunately. But Matt Franklin was first. He said, "Good morning from the most magical place on the earth." And I believe that he is true with that. He is at the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. Well, he's at the one of the hotels, one of the resorts. Good morning, Evelyn. Thank you for being here, Evelyn. Sherry says, "Good morning from a cool, crisp Leavenworth, Kansas. Currently 49 degrees. Woo! Looking forward to discovering how I can become better. I want to be better. I want to be better. I'm still feeling like garbage. I still don't feel well. I want to be better." And it's deeper than that as well. There's some things that I have plans for, some things that I want to do with my life, some things that Shannon and I have talked about recently that I just have not been able to implement. I want to be better. Matt Franklin, Sean is here. Sean, Uncle Big Guy is here. And I think that catches us up to the chats here. Sean says, "Good morning, all." Good morning, Sean. I am so glad you are here. He will get Matt on the screen here. Good morning, Sean, he says. Talking to each other. Uncle Big Guy, howdy, y'all. Good morning, Dustin. I'm sitting in my front yard with a small rock stove fire to start the day. That sounds fabulous. It really does. Let me have a moment to have my first sip of coffee of the day. This has been sitting for a while. I made it early this morning, waiting for this very moment. Mm. Mm. Ah, coffee is so good. Andy is here. She says good morning. Becky is here. She says good morning. Becky is asking how everyone is. Waiting for the temps to get to the 50s, so I'll walk then. What is the temperature here where I'm at currently? Let me see. What does it say? 42 degrees here in central Indiana. 42. The answer to all things. If you know, you know. Scott is here. Good morning, Scott. I am so glad you are here. I truly, truly am. That coffee is delicious. I wish I could share it with all of you. Brenda, good morning, Brenda. Whoo. Jeff Foltz is in the house. Good morning to the people eating a proper human diet. Yes. A moment of silence for coffee for how good it is. Hello, Becky. John Gugahan in the house. Becky says, "It's a sunny today in New York." Yeah. Woo. He's at the beach club. I do love I like the yacht and beach club. I like the yacht. I like the boardwalk. It's pretty awesome. Andy says, "Susan is recovering from her arm surgery. The nerve block is fine now. She's feeling some pain, but she's on 3 pain meds for the next few days." Well, we are with her. Tell her we care. Tell her we're thinking about her. All the wonderful things. Jess says, "He is waiting to walk also." I had my computer on and was waiting for the live to start when you came on and yelled, "Good morning," and scared the hell out of me. My apologies, Mr. Gugahan. I did not want to scare you. Oh, Hungry Heath in the house. Hey, yo. So long and thanks for the fish. Do you have your towel? My towel's and I just used it. I just took a shower. My towel is damp hanging up in the shower. Uh, Glad to hear everything went well with Susan's surgery, Andy. I am so glad I am glad that as well, if I could get the words out of my mouth. You would think I'd be better at this by now. Penny says, just having some coffee before getting ready for church. I have about 25 minutes. Well, thank you for joining us, and thank you for spending that time with us. Oh, let's see. Becky's getting her coffee now. She's doing very well. The deadness in her fingers has been released, and she's making a full recovery. Yes. Whew. It must be a cool Freud. Whew. Coffee has not kicked in yet. Oh, it's so good though. Oh. I've been struggling and battling and feeling like crap all week. I'm trying to get as much sleep as I can get, trying to rest up and hopefully get better, but my body's just not cooperating. Ooh, I'm a little droopy eyed today. Ah, my goodness gracious, my lovely, lovely people. I'm a lucky person. I get to come here Sunday mornings, have my coffee, wonderful people coming to hang out with me. Sean said, or Matt, I'm sorry. Matt says, I need this coffee to kick in. Our dog decided to go outside at 2:30 this morning in the rain. Well, well, well. At least you have a dog that will go out in the rain and not go wherever it's going. Hit that like button. Yes, hit the like button, share, subscribe, all the things. I don't know if it's the same thing, but she's still got a cough. She's had we've given her the prescription strength cough medicine. She tested negative for everything. I think it's just a circle. Hopefully this week will be better. Tuesday, Shannon and I will be live. Wednesday, Jess and I will be live. The following week, Wednesday, I think, following Thursday, we leave to go to our wedding in Wisconsin, and we'll be gone for a week. So I probably will not be doing a Sunday live around the 20, whatever that day is. Let me see. Danny Beach is in the house. The 22nd, I will not be live, ladies and gentlemen. There will be no Sunday live on the 22nd as I will not be in the state. I will not have my computer stuff with me. I'll be in an Airbnb. We'll be at a wedding the night before. So, yeah. I've been in a similar boat, illness-wise, still it just drains you. Oh my goodness. As I said, Danny Beach is here. Good morning, everyone. I saw your walkway briefly on the internet, on the interwebs today. It is looking fantastic. I couldn't tell if it was done, but it looks awesome. Sherry says, good morning, heading to work, so we'll listen to the replay later. Have a good day, everyone. Sherry, you have a wonderful day at work. Don't work too hard. Have a great day. And thank you for being here. Thank you for being a friend. Yes. Who knows you're going to get serenaded? You never know. You never know. I hope so. I mean, we're going to Wisconsin. It's Chandra's niece is getting married. Our granddaughter's a flower girl. It's going to be fun. Weddings are fun, right? Yeah. We got an Airbnb for a week. Just going to be in Wisconsin for a week, just hanging out. It'd be nice if the weather chills out and cools down and all that fun stuff. Oh, my goodness gracious, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. I'm just trying to make sure that there was no live today from Autumn because I know she's been taking a break, but I also don't want to step on anybody's toes. Keto Palooza again is sold out. So if you don't have your ticket, I think there are some people out there that have tickets that aren't going to be able to go that will be reselling tickets, some at face value, some at less than. Hopefully, no one's price gouging. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a good time. Andy said, turned off the AC this week, but Indian summer is coming back. Well, that's the thing is it's like 86 in the evening and 50 in the night. So it gets cold and then it gets hot. So we just leave it on because I don't want to deal with that. John says, on my third cup of coffee, already had some bacon, eggs, sausage with some egg whites, egg white bread with butter and some everything bagel seasoning. Also cleaned my bathroom and showered. Wow, you're like in the army. You do more before 9 a.m. than everyone else does all day. I got up, I watched Sunday with Ola, made my coffee, let it sit. Well, I got Chandra out the door, got her coffee made, her water, her lunch together. Got her out the door. Sat and watched Sunday with Ola, took a shower, shaved my head, washed my beard, put on some deodorant. You know, I won't be being stinky, do you? No, I didn't think so. But I'm here. I have coffee. Mm. Oh, my goodness gracious. Andy says, I just ordered more banana bread keto chow because the pancakes we made were so delicious, perfect for cold winter mornings. Have to have my stash ready. 100%. I totally understand. Oh. I just found out the show can get Thursday off, so we'll be there for the festivities on Thursday. Yes. Yes, I will be in town sometime in the afternoon to get checked in, to get my stuff put in the room and to hang out. And I know we'll probably be going out about 7:30, 7:30 to the Brazilian steak place. We'll have a good time. I figure if everybody meets in the lobby about 6:30, you know. Evelyn said, apparently if you go carnivore, you don't need deodorant anymore. No, I need deodorant. I mean, there's just certain things that I'm not going to do. I don't wear sunscreen. And I did okay this summer. I didn't get too badly burned. I did get some sunburn, but it wasn't terrible. But deodorant is one of those things that I'm gonna wear. I'm just gonna. Brenda says, I'm hoping to get banana bread for keto at Keto Palooza. I had just ordered before it came out. Let's see. And if you eat the wrong carbs, you stink like crazy. Well, I mean, or eat a lot of garlic. You know what I'm saying? My great niece has had a cough and not feeling well for a while also. Yeah, that's the thing. Uh it just runs you down. And then like we ended up like we get up in the morning, we take care of the girl, we get her up, we get her to school, we get home, and we just sit on the couch instead of doing things like instead of me making videos or doing eBay stuff with her. We just sit on the couch. Like last week we watched that Midnight Mass show on Netflix. We just been lazy, just like just haven't had any strength. Yeah, I'm not gonna give up deodorant or toothpaste. I'm just not. I mean, you know, I can't give I Meat fixes a lot of things, but it doesn't fix everything. That's like, I mean, I was one of those keto zealots in the beginning, like, keto fix everything. I mean, and it'll make you better and it'll heal a lot of things, but I'm going to wear deodorant. I'm going to use toothpaste. I'm going to use shampoo. I still have to wear glasses. It ain't fixed my vision yet. John says, just received my banana bread keto chow yesterday. It is good, but really did not care for the cantaloupe flavor. I also got fruity seal for the first time and look forward to trying that out. Yes, I've got some fruity cereal. Let's see, was that right here? I have some fruity cereal right here. I also have some Magic Spoon cereal downstairs because they had the 2 bags at Costco in one box. So I got some of that. It's just nice to have cereal sometimes. Is it clean? No. Is it good, healthy keto? It's better than regular cereal. It's going to give you a lot of gas. But does it taste good? 100% it tastes good. I need to make some of this as a creamy and then mix some of that cereal in and see how that goes. I've also got butterscotch. Butterscotch is one of my favorite all-time flavors. It's good hot. It's a good hot flavor. I can drink this in the middle, so winter's coming up. I'll probably have to make sure I get some butterscotch stocked up on butterscotch so I can have some at night when it's nice and hot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of this. I have a couple, like 1 or 2 of these, and I think I'm going to trade them with Cindy for something that she's got. I'm just not a fan of the malt flavor. It just didn't do it for me. And I've got an orange cream. This is just what I have at my desk right now. Just at the desk, sitting here on the camera, you know. It's an adjustment to get back back into school and to screen a barrage of germs coming your way. Yeah, that's the thing, it's just oof. John says, so far I have not found a flavor that tastes as good or better than chocolate toffee or caramel macchiato. Those are very stellar flavors. I'll tell you, I was very impressed with just chocolate. And the chocolate core is really good too. The butterscotch is really nice hot. So if you have some butterscotch, try it hot. Brenda says, Cindy and I went to see Ash and Chris Friday night. Really excited to see everybody at KPL. I wanted to go see them and surprise them on Wednesday. They played Louisville on Wednesday. It's just the idea of getting the girl picked up, getting her home, getting stuff together, getting ready, getting out on the road, getting 2 hours away, going to a show, driving 2 hours home, and then getting back up at 6 a.m. It was just a little too much for us. Ron is here. Good morning, Dustin and friends. I assume that's what Ron sounds like. John says butterscotch and birthday cake. Oh, birthday cake's one of my. That's a better vanilla than vanilla. It's good. Matt says I love fruity cereal flavor. Cantaloupe is a very light. Cantaloupe did have a cantaloupe flavor to me. I don't know. He says, "Oh man, the KC malt made great, or the KC malt made great fudge. I haven't had the fudge flavor. Maybe." I'm sure that when we get to KPL, we're going to be fudged out. I know that Shauna's going to make fudge. I imagine there's going to be like 10 to 20 different people making all kinds of fudge. It'll be Fudge-a-palooza. Fudge-a-palooza. Andy says she loves the malt flavor. I don't care for the LOL. I like all flavors. I almost like every flavor. The original vanilla I did not like. The original vanilla tasted like wallpaper paste. I'm just going to tell you just what it tastes like. I love the malt flavor, chocolate flavor. Chocolate toffee is my favorite. Carl keeps saying, I just want chocolate. Thinking of changing my channel name to Low Carb Recipes with Ron. Any thought? I mean, basically, it's going to tell you what you're going to get, right? It's going to, what's wrong with Ron's Keto Cafe? I don't know. I can't keep up. She says, so Brenda says, I thought Shauna was, said she was not bringing as much as bringing as much as she did last year. I don't know. I'll ask her on Tuesday if I remember. I know she'll be on our Tuesday live. Shauna, if you're watching this as a replay, message me. Let me know. Let me know what's going on. If you're bringing a lot of fudge, because Shanna's going to need fudge. You know how we do. Andy says, Ron's Keto's Cafe. That's why my YouTube channel is not keto specific. It's low carb general health. I made my channel. It was like keto simple. And I mean, it's just what it is now. It's kind of like set in stone, but I'm not exactly keto centric. Just really, because to me, keto is the top. Like it is. I mean, being in a a state of ketogenicness, or I can't talk, a state of ketosis, and then everything's below it. Like, I mean, if you're a carnivore and you're not in ketosis, there's something going on there. Evelyn said you'd probably get more subscribers that way that do low carb and don't like the keto word. Yeah, that's the thing is I've seen so many YouTubers and such. They'll flex in and out of like having keto in there, in their name and whatnot. I mean, that's probably what has caused me to. I mean, and I know I'm a lot further along than a good amount of people, but I kind of wonder if keto wasn't in my name, would I be further along? I guess Yes, ketogenicness. Yeah. Ketosis, ketogenicness. He says I went off plan last night and ordered a fried alligator app. No regrets. I wouldn't regret that. So that's the thing is life is a marathon, not a sprint. Now, I can't advocate for cheat meals because I don't run your life. But if you are a person that stays on track and you're good to go and you have something like fried alligator every once in a while, did that throw you out of whack so bad you're never going back to keto or carnivore or whatever? Probably not. Do I, I don't recommend cheat meals for those people who are like a week in. I've been keto for 36 hours. Time for a cheat meal. No. I've been keto for 8 years. Cheat meals throughout the year, not a huge thing for me. You know? Let's see. Matt said that's why Sarah's channel is not specific either. It's all about the PhD lifestyle. That's right. Jess says, just jumped on and I believe you with the keto in the name. Good morning, everyone. Yeah. My cup is, I think, 7. I don't know. A bunch of scoops of instant espresso. Hot water. I got a kettle. Hot water from the kettle. The kettle. Hot water from the kettle. And then some heavy cream because life is too precious to not have heavy cream. I'm sorry. I like heavy cream. It's delicious. Mm. Sean says it's amazing how many people run the other direction when you say the keto word. That's why Dr. Barry calls it PhD. I don't understand why it's such a bad word to some. Because there's a big, huge stigma with keto. Because keto has been in the news, keto's in the articles, keto. It's the same thing with vegan and paleo. That's why you hardly ever see paleo anymore. Gluten free, you know. And he says, let's see. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Matt said, with a bit of cream and liquid sucralose. Oh, crap. I haven't taken my pills yet. BRB, said Andy. Brenda says, I suppose My KFC chicken breast was off, but I felt it was meat, just not clean. You know what? Was it good? Did you enjoy it? Are you back on track today? All right. Rick says, time for steak and eggs cooked on a Model T engine block. All I got to say. Oh, I mean, that's a Ford. He would never touch a Ford. Like a Duesenberg or something like that, or a Dodge, Mopar. He's a Mopar man. Let's see. Sarah had a let's see. Matt said Sarah had a doctor tell her not to do keto, but she could do low carb diet. Go figure. Two sides of the same coin. Well, I think a lot of doctors are afraid of the word keto because of the kind of their interpretation of ketoacidosis. So, for those of you who are not aware, there is a difference between ketosis and ketoacidosis. Ketosis is where the body is able to not only manufacture the ketones, but utilize them as a fuel source. So, if your blood glucose drops or you don't have a lot of glucose in your body, but your body can still manufacture ketones by burning fat, that's ketosis. Ketoacidosis is something that most often occurs with people who are type 1 diabetic. Okay? That is a situation where they both have high ketones. And by high ketones, I'm talking 13, 14, 15, 16 millimolars, not the 0.5 to 6 that we see. Have you ever been above 6 millimolars? Probably not. But ketoacidosis is 13, 14, 15, 16 millimolars with a blood glucose of like 900 plus, 800, 900, 1,000. That's ketoacidosis. That's what doctors are afraid of when they hear the word keto because they don't know. Do you think they talked about ketosis in medical school? Most of the doctors that we are talking with today? No. They may be now. But just a little mansplaining of what the differences between ketosis and ketoacidosis are. Let's see. John says half calf coffee with some keto sweet cream. Sean says I'm trying not to drink coffee until at least 1 hour after I get up. Well, that's what I got up at 6 and didn't have coffee till 7:30. That's what I'm doing. Let's see. Rick says the IDD, the improper duck diet. Jeff says my cup is empty. Well, go refill it, sir. We'll be here when you get back. Maybe all the packaged dirty keto products. I think keto had a dirty connotation prior to there being a lot of products in the stores. I'm on the fence about products in the stores because I think there being keto products in the store is twofold. It's a positive and a negative. It's a positive because it keeps the idea that there's keto out there. It keeps people, okay, what's this keto thing? What's this keto thing? It causes people to ask questions. I think then if they try it and then they can get into a keto, then that's great. It's kind of like, gateway drugs or gateway metal or whatever, right? Gateway, whatever you want to say. And then you've got the people who have been clean keto for a long time and now have gone back and started utilizing these dirty keto products as a crutch, and it's causing them to regress. So it's a double-edged sword. And you may also see some people who will, I went keto and ate keto bread and tortillas and all these things, and I didn't lose any weight. You're going to have that. But I think there being keto representation in the grocery stores is a net positive. It's not 100% positive, but it's definitely a net positive in my opinion. And I know that I'm in the minority. A lot of people are going to say, you don't, because obviously I'm not saying you need these products. No one needs these products unless you do. If those products keep you on track 90, 85, 90% of the time, and they keep you from doing all kinds of other crazy stuff, by all means, have at it. But you have to know you. You have to want to be better, and hopefully you're utilizing these products to be better and not just, I don't know. You know what I mean? And I know that there's going to be a lot of people who really just don't understand and will completely disagree with me, and that's okay. I'm here because we need discussion. We need to push the conversation forward. We need to be welcoming to everyone who comes in because you're going to get so many people who are just questioning things, who have no idea what's going on, and they're going to ask the dumbest questions, and we just have to answer them. Just answer them. Just answer the questions. They don't know. It might seem obvious to you because you asked that same question 7 years ago, but now they're asking that question today, and you know the answer, and you can answer that question. All of you, most of you. Becky says she drinks her coffee black. I used to for a long time, and then I discovered the joys of cream in my coffee. It's so good. I can't. Just can't. And Rick here, explain to me why in the world anyone would want to drink coffee. I wake up, go outside, feed the ducks while breakfast cooks. So, how to put this? Coffee is one of those things that if you like it, it's a part of you. It's just, like you're looking at coffee like other people look at your iguana tails. Like to me, I went years without coffee. Okay. And I've told the story a bunch, and I'm going to tell it again because that's what we do here. So I never really drank a lot of coffee. I did like in my early teens. We would go out and, we weren't old enough to go to the bars. So we would be at Denny's late night after whatever we were doing. We'd go to a concert or whatever. We'd end up at Denny's and smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee and whatever, being cool kids, right? Or at least pretending to be cool kids anyway. And drink coffee because coffee was unlimited. Okay. But my coffee was kitty coffee, a lot of cream, a lot of sugar, little coffee. And then it wasn't a big part of my life. I didn't have a coffee maker at my apartment growing like at my apartment when I moved out of the house from my parents. And it wasn't until I quit smoking in 2010 that I got back into coffee. Because when you smoke and you work in a job, you have smoke breaks. Usually 3 smoke breaks a day. You have your morning break, your lunchtime break, and your afternoon break. Okay? So you got to go smoke. Part of it is part of it. Got to go smoke. And well, when you quit smoking, you're just kind of at your desk. And you don't really have a reason to get up unless you're going to the bathroom or you're going to go refill your water or whatever. Or you want to go talk to somebody about something, you have questions, whatever. But you don't typically get out of your day. You just kind of sit there all day. So I was like, okay, people were getting up and walking to the coffee shop. There was a coffee shop there was like a 3-building complex where my office was. And we would go to the 3rd building over. There was a coffee shop. And the girl that worked there was kind of cute. So I was like, all right, I'm going to see her too, and whatever. I didn't know Chandra yet. It's fine. Go get my coffee. Actually ended up spending more money on a daily basis than if I was smoking. So I was spending like $3 a day on coffee, where I was spending like $5 every 2 days on cigarettes. So spending more money on coffee, but in the long run, my health was improving. And even then, when I first started, I was putting like that sugar in the raw and some, half and half in there. And then as time went on, it was like no sugar, just half and half. And then we decided to put a coffee maker in our office. We got one of those, just one of the drip coffee makers, the $20 drip coffee makers, the Mr. Coffee, whatever, right? We'd take turns bringing in coffee, save us a lot of money. And then I was just drinking it black because it was just easier to drink it black than have to have creamer and keep up with it, make sure it didn't go bad. Because half and half doesn't last very long. Heavy cream, you buy heavy cream today, it's good through November. You buy cream in September, it's good till November. So, I don't know. Coffee to me is just one of those, it was a means to an end, but now it's become Life. I couldn't imagine. I've gone 100 plus days, in some instances, 6 months without coffee, and I never felt my life was better without it. I've done keto and without sugar and carbs, and I feel better without it. I don't feel better without coffee. I just don't. I feel better with coffee in my life. So, coffee it is. Andy says, I don't have coffee until my walk, and I'm not even out of bed yet. Cold morning, warm under the blanket. I understand. I totally understand. Penny says, thanks for the reminder. My lady laugh a lot. All right. Crushing Keto, Mr. Jess says, reminder, Jess and I will be talking Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because Wednesdays, there's a lot of people going on before us. You have Cindy and Brian are now going live on Wednesdays, so we're going to try to pop on after them at 9 o'clock. Not to step on any toes and all that fun stuff, but we will be going live talking about stuff. It's already up and ready to rock and roll, so take a look at that. Hit the reminder for that so you're notified when we go live. Jess says, well, the only way to lose weight nowadays is to do it naturally. No drugs, no surgery, no fad diets. You must work out every day and eat healthy. LMAO. Hope you can see the sarcasm in this. Yes. Well, I mean, that's the thing is, I'm not a fan of weight loss drugs. I'm not a fan of weight loss surgeries. I'm not a fan of those things. But even I understand that those things are appropriate for certain people. I may not like it. I may wish they would do it without it, but I understand that there is going to be people that the weight loss surgeries, the weight loss drugs are going to be that's the only way they can actually find help. Do I like it? No. Is it about me? Hell no. I don't think the GLP ones are healthy. I don't think they're prescribed correctly, but that has nothing to do with me. If you're a person utilizing those and finding success, and I understand that success may not be the success you think you're seeing, who am I to say? I can't tell you what to do. All I can say is to anybody who is looking outside of a lifestyle shift, whether it's surgery or medication, do your due diligence. Make sure you're making the right choice for you. Because if that's what you're doing, and if you're making the right choice for you, I'm in your corner. I've got pom poms. I'm your cheerleader. Because we all have to do what we have to do to find success for ourselves. It doesn't matter if I think it's the worst. If it doesn't matter what I think of those options. I don't agree with them. I think they're dangerous, but it's not about me there. I took the court. I didn't go that route. I didn't take medication. I didn't I didn't take weight loss drugs. I didn't have weight loss surgery. I had my wife was a nurse, is a nurse, and we had an actual discussion and we talked about the risk reward and all that. And we were like, well, let's try this low carb thing. And if this low carb thing doesn't work out, then we'll revisit surgery. And luckily for me, the surgery wasn't necessary. Now, as I said, I support anyone doing whatever it takes for them to find success for themselves, whether it's surgery, drugs, whatever. If you have looked and weighed the pros and cons for you, and you found that the pros outweigh those cons, and that's the only way you're going to find success, I'm here for it. I may not agree with it, but I don't have to. It's not my decision to make. And I think a lot of us could take a step back and realize that across the board on a lot of things. But I digress. He says it's almost as if words have meaning. Go figure, right? Penny says, I am a type 2 diabetic. Let's see. John is saying that ketogenic is when your body produces ketones. Ketosis is when your body runs on ketones. Yeah, there is a slight shift there because initially, I think when you are going keto and you have that shift, there is a point in time, especially those people who are utilizing the urine strips, they find success with the urine strips because the body is not yet producing, excuse me, the body is not yet producing or it's not producing beta hydroxybutyrate yet in mass. It's producing acetoacetate. Acetoacetate is what the P strips recognizes. So as you're starting a ketogenic lifestyle and you're cutting back the carbs and your body's like, oh no, what's happening? And it's like trying to start producing ketones, it's producing acetoacetate at first. And again, that's what your urine strips pick up on. And then when you see people start struggling because they no longer see results on the P strips, that's when their bodies shifted from acetoacetate to beta hydroxybutyrate, and the strips don't pick up on beta hydroxybutyrate. That's when you need to look at something like the breath meters or the blood strips and that kind of stuff. So yeah, there is a very small window, typically around the keto flu time, where someone who may experience the keto flu is where the body is trying to produce ketones, but it's producing acetoacetate versus beta hydroxybutyrate. Becky says, I checked my ketones this morning. It's point 0.2. Yikes. I might have overdid it with the heavy. I don't think that's not a problem. Point 0.2 is fine. I wouldn't consider that a bad thing. And one thing you have to remember is that's what's in your blood currently. Doesn't mean that's not what you have produced, and that's not what you've utilized. So I think if you're hitting a 0.2, 0.1 in the morning, so what? But if you think you need to make a change, and that's your decision. Becky says, I'm making air fried chicken wings today after drying them out in the fridge. Okay. Let's see. Penny, or he says, at Penny, thanks to keto, I've been able to completely reverse my type 2 diabetes. Evelyn says, hello, Matt, Sean, Andy, Keith, Uncle Big Guy, John, Brenda, Becky, Ron, Crushing Keto, and Jeff. Hope you're all having a great day. Yeah. All right, Penny, you have a good one. Be safe. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Brian Doyle is in the house. Good morning, Brian. I hope you're doing well, sir. It's a great day. Woke up, got dressed, came to work. Truly blessed today. You woke up. You beat the odds. Evelyn says, I'm having a megala donut by Bones with keto brains, keto chow daily minerals, and iodine with a squirt of stevia. Squirt. Let's see. John says, it's also the ritual of the morning coffee. Yeah, I mean, having coffee in the morning is one of those things where I can sit back, relax. Some mornings, I don't get it usually Saturday mornings, I get a chance to kind of sit back and relax and have my coffee in the morning. Usually the weekdays, by the time I get my coffee ready to go and put it in me, I've already made breakfast and done stuff for a kid, got the lunch packet ready to get her out the door, take her to school, and then I can sit down for a little bit. Big Belly Bob is in the house. Good morning, Bob. I have missed you, sir. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope all is well, my friend. We still need to get together and start doing reviews of coffee shops in the Indian. We need to start doing coffee reviews or something like that. Having a good time with that. We'll talk about that at a later time, but something like that. I just want to be in Disney. I just want to be in Disney. I just want to be down there. I love the idea that like I can take like an hour and go to Disney World and just maybe ride a ride, then go do something else. Oh, it'd be so amazing. Matt said, coffee is just part of who I am. Started drinking it when I was in the Navy, and I haven't stopped in 30 plus years. Andy says, I didn't drink coffee for the first 50 years of my life. Keto and keto coffee was my turn to bulletproof coffee, and I love it. It's yummy. It satisfies me until I first meal, 2 p.m. ish. Yeah. Well, Bob, keto coffee is realistically okay. So how do I explain this? It's basically just fatty coffee. So instead of using so my coffee that I drank when I started keto, it was right at the height of the bulletproof coffee thing. So in one of these cups, I was putting basically a half stick of butter and 6 to 8 tablespoons of refined coconut oil. So 100, it was about 165 grams of fat and no sugar. So that much fat, no sugar, just coffee. I want to say that that was probably a huge piece of my success in the beginning. I drank that for about a year, year and a half, maybe even to 2 years. I can't remember for sure. But yeah, I mean, keto coffee was a huge part of my life. So basically, keto coffee is just coffee with heavy cream or butter or coconut oil or MCT, uh, usually sugar free. I mean, you can get keto coffee experiences at any coffee place, preferably one that uses heavy cream like Starbucks. If only Dunkin' would switch to heavy cream, I think they'd be a lot better. But yeah. He says, still not a fan of coffee, but also not a fan of hot drinks in general. The weather has to be stupid cold for me to even want a hot chocolate. I feel you. Even on hot days, even when we were in Disney this last year and it was like 85 degrees outside, still had my hot coffee. Yeah, Matt is in agreement. He says, I'm the opposite. I will drink coffee even if it's 100 degrees outside. Yeah. Sean says, drinking my blueberry crumble coffee and with caramel vibes and butter. The hour timer just went off. All right. And Evelyn is asking Andy if coffee is the reward for her after her walk. No wonder they made a coffee breaks. An iguana break would be harder to sell. Really, it was coffee, cigarettes, that kind of break. I mean, there was a point in time, I think, like what, 75% of Americans smoked? Adults smoked? Shirley King's in the house. Good morning. She says, hey, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Hello, Rick and Shelley. Let's see. He says, yeah, I used to work with an old man that only drank coffee or water. He would carry 3 thermoses to work every day. Yeah, I can see that. Carl is here. Good morning, my friend Carl. I made it with coffee in hand. I'm glad you're here. Let's see. Rick says, hello, Evelyn. I'm changing the battery in my payphone. And Andy says, very true to it being a reward. He says, that's why I love to tell folks I do Berry Method keto. No pills, powers, or potions needed. Yeah. Cindy is here. She said, good morning, everyone. Late as usual. Well, if you weren't such a party animal, going out, seeing rock bands, you know, I mean, country bands, whatever. Same thing. Them newfangled electric guitars. Everyone's saying hello to Cindy because she's the best. Jeff says, good morning, Cindy. You made it. Becky says, I started with an inflammatory ketogenic lifestyle for joint pain. I eat more meat now because osteoporosis diagnosis. I like the way I have no intention. I like this way and I have no intention of going back. Me too. I have no intention of ever going back. Let's see. If worried about ketones, the creator of Keto Mojo sat down with me in a live stream on my channel. He explains in Greek presentation the difference between ketosis and glucosis. Oh, wow. That's pretty awesome, Cindy. You're very welcome, Becky. She says, "Thank you for being encouraging." Well, I mean, how else can you be? Sherry says, "Unrelated to current topic, but I just realized you can click on the sponsor icon on low carb events, Keto Palooza 2024, and try to get a feel for how much extra cash cards are being for stuff." Okay, that's cool. I want to say that they do sell keto chow, and I think they sold out of like last year. They brought, I don't know, like was it 500 or 1,000 packets of butterscotch, and they sold out. I can't remember how many they brought. Someone might remember, but I know it was a lot. Rick says, "I've learned something new. I never knew ketone strips only reacted to a certain type." Yeah, so like, yeah, I mean, and that's one of the things like in the very beginning they don't really tell you is the fact that those strips just react to basically acetoacetate, which is kind of a cousin to acetone, which is the stuff that you take like fingernail polish off with. Crazy that your body makes that kind of stuff, but it does. Good morning, Karen. Thank you for being here. She says, "Good morning, Dustin, cheerleader for the win." That's the only reason I can be here. We all need encouragement. We all need to know that our struggles are or that we're not alone with our struggles. We all struggle and we all struggle differently. Some of us, I mean, there's going to be overlapping. There's going to be overlapping with our struggles, and that's what this community is for. And I think so often we get so lumped in with dogmatic things about this community and we get lumped into carnivore, keto, dirty keto, or I don't want to see people shunning others. I just want open community where we're helping as many people as we can because we're not succeeding if we're not helping. If we're not helping everybody, we're not succeeding. And we have to be open and honest with everybody coming in because how many people have come into our community and seen people treating each other poorly, whether they made a comment or not, just read comments and go, well, I guess this community isn't for me. I'm going to go back to Weight Watchers, or I'm going to go back to this, or I'm going to go back and just do whatever I was doing because you know what? This community looks awful. I can guarantee you there's been people who've come in to some of our communities, seen some of the stuff, never even had a chance to comment, seen the attacks and go, wow, this isn't for me. And I don't want that. I definitely do not want that here. I want everyone to be involved because it takes all of us to figure this shit out. It takes all of us to figure it out. I don't have all the answers. Karen doesn't have all the answers. Becky doesn't have all the answers. Carl and Cindy and Sherry and everybody, you know, and Matt and Jevelyn, they don't have all the answers. But together, with our powers combined, we have a lot more potential for success. We just do. And we all do things differently. Even with Rick not getting coffee and liking lizard tails. You know what I mean? But he's important too. Carl says, before Ev found keto, we went to an info meeting about weight loss surgery, and they said that eligible for surgery from them, we had to show proof or attempts of weight loss, healthy eating, etc. Yeah, I mean, and I know that, and I've even had a talk with Adam, and he's mentioned that on my, I think on a live stream that we did together. He went through the whole gambit, got really, really, really close to having weight loss surgery, and then the pandemic hit and things happened, and he wasn't able to finish his classes and had to start all over again. It's a 6-month process, and it's expensive. Becky says, I'm doing OMAD today with bacon and eggs. Can't wait till dinner time. All right. Brenda says, I didn't drink coffee until college, but I would put tons of sugar black. Yeah, I mean, I used to drink what kitty coffee was. You know what I mean? Kitty coffee, sugar, cream. Keto was not included in the options of healthy eating, so glad we found keto. We are much lighter on our feet and so much healthier. 1000%, Carl. Truly glad that you guys found this community. It's like, Bob, if you take a look at some of those coffees, like especially like some of like the 32-ounce Dunkin' coffees, they have almost 200 grams of sugar in them. Like that's a lot of sugar. That's like 3 20-ounce Mountain Dews. Because I think a 20-ounce Mountain Dew has 70 grams of sugar in it. Crazy, 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 crazy. Matt said, my wife went through the classes for weight loss surgery. I'm glad she went through the low carb way. She brought me to low carb, and then the benefits are better that way, mental and emotional health. 100%. I remember the tweeners, a break between your break. Let's see. The only and Rick says the only breaks I have while working are for lunch and to take a leak. Well, you need to take control of your stuff, Rick, and get breaks you deserve. Throw a lizard tail on the exhaust and just have one when you stop at a stoplight, okay? The interview with Keto Mojo guy was the best one yet. I can't wait to check that out. I didn't even know that happened. I've been kind of not feeling greatly. So if it was this Friday, I definitely didn't see it because I barely even realized it was Friday late in the evening when I caught on to Hungry Heath's. I didn't even realize. I didn't even know it was Friday. I'm just been all week. Chris and Miriam said they ordered plenty of banana bread, won't sell out fast. All right. Meeting Wellness says, hello, all. Good morning, Christy. Especially for you, because it is 5:27 where you are, my friend. John Gugahan, thank you so much for being here. You be safe and have a good rest of your day, buddy. Duck and iguana power. Let's get dangerous. Sean says, because everyone is different, no one can have all the answers. You have to try different things and figure out what works for you. 1000%. Besides the nasty taste, I hate any hot drinks. My drink of choice is water full of ice. Oh, I get that. KD coffee was the hardest thing to change, leaving the sad diet and converting to keto. I'm glad that I had kind of got to the point where I wasn't into sweet coffee by the time I hit keto. I think that would have been difficult for me. But I mean, even now, like when we've tried creamers, like on video and stuff, just to see if they don't taste good. So I'd have been really disappointed. So I understand that. Cindy said the live stream with Dorian Greeno of Keto Mojo was August 2nd. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on anymore, Cindy. I have no idea what's going on anymore at all. I have no idea of time. I have no bearing of anything at all whatsoever. I'm lucky I wake up on time in the morning. You're lucky I'm here today. That's just how I feel. Karen, you were right. I'm the same way. I have to go and check that video out as well. Yeah. Let's see. Brick says one of my banana plants fell over. There's a bunch of green bananas waiting to ripen. Bananas in pajamas are coming down the stairs. Carl says we got here the same way. Our wives found the keto low carb world, and we came along for the ride and are better for it. Yeah, and you know me now. How could you not win now? You know me. Oh, let's see. Andy says, I'd love to have a coconut tree at my house, but Ohio, just saying. Oh, yeah, I feel you on that. Well, have a good nap. I hope you feel better, sir. I don't know if you just curl up with the lady and get a good snooze. Yeah, have a good nap. Naps are very important. I'm going to tell you that right now. Matt said that's definitely true. So much better for her leading the way. I mean, realistically, I'm here because Shander said we need to try low carb. But then it was me and my digging and my need to go down rabbit holes is how we really got to keto. She didn't know anything about keto at the time. So let's see. Evelyn says you're the best, Dustin. I know. The best around. Nothing's ever gonna keep you down. You're the best. It's one of my favorite songs. Yeah, and we know Dustin now. I did not forget you. I didn't think you did. I'm just being weird. Don't worry about me. Let's see. Back on CGM and cannot for the life of me figure out how my average glucose can be 105 and I consume less than 10 grams of carbs per day. I don't know. Are you seeing a lot of weird spikes with food or just spikes when you're not eating or it's going to be an interesting piece, it's going to be interesting data to see for sure. And he says tips are closer to 50 now, so I'm going on my walk. Second full week of walking challenge. Join me on my September challenge. Everybody, take a chance. Go over, subscribe to Andy. Go on a walking challenge with her. She's awesome. She's fun. You'll enjoy yourself. I promise you that. And Karen says that's why we're called the better half. Yeah, I mean, Matt saying many things affect your CGM stress, exercise, even hot shower can raise it. The best time to check is about an hour after a meal. Rick says my favorite song growing up was Sunday. Let's see, Up Sunday Will Never Be the Same. I don't know if I've ever heard that song before. Between 95 and 125, 100% of the time. You may have something stress related going on. Who knows? May have something in your body. You might be finding some long term infection or something. Who knows? The first time we went out to a restaurant while only I was keto, I cried. It was hard to figure it all out. Then my hubby joins me, and after I ask a million questions, he says, double that order. You know what? That's amazing. Carl's awesome. Evelyn's awesome. I love you both. I love all of you. I'm a lucky, lucky person to know all of you. Ridiculous how awesome you guys are. Jeff says gluconeogenesis. Love you too, Andy. Have a good walk, and I hope you're still listening. Sean says, same way, Brian. My fasting glucose is always above 100. I eat less than 10 carbs a day. Most days, I don't even eat any carbs. So Rick is like our like our Oscar the Grouch. Like and I don't mean that in a bad way at all. I really don't. He's like, who needs a restaurant? You got a canal and an engine. Like, what? Whoo, boy. All right. I love that, Rick. I love it. I love it. I love it. Rick talks about being like poor. Like, what do you make? $2 a day? Because you're eating for free. You live in a van down by the river. I don't know. Like, I don't know. You're probably like a secret billionaire or something. Who knows? Cindy says, okay, my sister is still here. Got to spend time with her before she leaves in a couple of hours. Give her my best. Give her love and hugs from me. Tell her to be safe on the way home. Text when she gets home. You know, all the normal things. Brian says, I'm doing the sardine only thing on day 3. My glucose is at 120 right now. My ketones were at 0.3 at 7 a.m. when I woke up. Yeah, there's just something funky there. It's got to be something. I don't know. I just don't know. There's got to be something that's not normal. And I wouldn't say that it's. I don't know enough. These would be some great data points for like Dr. Barry or Dr. Weston or that I just don't know enough. Andy says, I got to feed the puppy before I walk. Susan is medicated right now, so she's not doing anything. Luna got to eat breakfast. Well, give Susan a kiss and tell her we all say hello. Feed the puppers, do your thing, and we'll be here if when you get back if it doesn't take too long. Oscar is my favorite Sesame Street character, so relatable. Right? Oh my Carl, the canal and engine. I think Carl just laughed so hard he choked up a lung because of the Oscar the Grouch comment. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, according to Dr. Boz, this should flush my system. Have you done any actual like fasting, like 3 to 5 to 7 day fast, anything like that? Just water, electrolytes, anything like that? I'm curious to see what your glucose does without anything at all. I'm curious. I've been called Herman Munster or Lurch before. How tall are you, Rick? You're like 7'6" or something like that. Like, how tall are you? Are you tall? Oh, let's see. I have tried fasting without much success. Rick, are you tall and speak slowly? He's 6'6". You're a big dude. Just you see him coming, and all the iguanas are like, "Shit! Watch your tails! He's coming!" The ducks are like, "I'm out of here." Have you eaten any geese? Brian says I can go 18 to 20 hours and I would rather die. Okay, yeah. So it seems like there's some stuff going on there. Because I mean, I started out when I started fasting, I was doing like 12 hours. 12 hours. Then after a few months, I bumped to like maybe like a month or so, I bumped to 12 or to 14. Then after a couple of months, I bumped to like 16, like to 16:8. I was doing like 14:10, then 16:8, and then like 20, and then 4, and then 23:1, and then I was like trying to push it to like 36 hours, and then 46 hours or 48 hours, and then I was trying 72 hours. You know, let's see. Matt says, "How long have you been up today? Depending on how long you've been up, you could be experiencing the dawn effect. Your body spikes glucose in the morning to get your body moving." But what he said is like his body is averaging between like 90 and 125. I don't know. That's just crazy. That's average at my house. Wait, I don't know what's happening. I love Goose. I'm the anorexic Sean Baker. I eat in a 6 hour window every day. And Sean says, my glucose dropped when fasting over 36 hours. That's the longest I've ever fasted. I got it to 21 days. I don't necessarily recommend that for everyone, but I think, I mean, it took me a couple of years to get there. Um, I don't know. There's just some definite information there. I think would be great to compile and reach out to Dr. Barry, send him an email. I don't know how long it'll take him to reply, if he ever will reply. I honestly don't know. Or join the Mighty Networks or whatever he has and ask questions in there. Let's see. Trivia question. What restaurant has been fighting anorexia since 2005? I have no idea. My brain is not working on full power today. What is it, Rick? I do not know. I give up. Well, give okay. Well, what we'll do is we'll give the chat a couple of minutes to answer that question, and then we'll come back to that. Oh, 6'6" is average in your house. I come from a small family of large Italians. Hmm. One of my favorite musicians was Peter Steele. I love Typo Negative, and he was 6'7". I met him once, and one of the nicest guys ever. Becky said the longest I've ever fasted is 72 hours. I don't eat in the morning, just black coffee. That's the only downside to me is fasting for that long is not having coffee because I don't want to do black coffee and I just don't like to. I just don't. I'm just trying to remove everything when I fast. So you know, I would say IHOP, Rick. I don't know when did IHOP become around. I don't even know. Trivia: Heart Attack Grill. I always wanted to go there, but I mean now I couldn't eat for free. There was plenty of times I could have eaten for free there. Let's see. The tallest person ever in my family was 6 foot tall. I'm an exception. Rick said you are correct, Matt Franklin. All right. That's amazing. I'm so glad for you guys. Oh. Oh my goodness. We need a keto chiropractor. Oh, somebody like a KPO sets up to pop necks. Oh. Oh my goodness. KPO's coming up soon. I've got the wedding coming up soon. I'm excited. Super excited, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Evelyn says my brothers are 6'7", 6'5". My dad was 6'3". I have female cousins that are 6'3", 6'4". My aunt was 6'5". That's insane. Can you believe I've never had any back pains or any spine issues in my life? You've probably never been overweight either, have you, Rick? You've been on your heart attack diet for a long time, so I imagine you've always been rather trim. So it's probably had a lot to do with not having any back issues, and you've probably been lucky not lifting anything incorrectly or hurting your back. I want to say most back pain's probably just from a weak back. Evan, I'm 6 foot, would feel tiny around them. Yeah, me too. I'm 6 foot tall too. So where's the gorgeous 6'4" and taller single blonde gals? And Sean says, I'm the shortest guy in my family. All of my nephews are 6'3" or taller. I'm 6 foot. Oh my goodness. All my step boys are taller than me. The youngest I think is like 6'4", 6'3", 6'4" now. They're all tall. See, I'm the opposite. I like short ones. Um I've always really liked short girls. I don't know. Chandra's shorter than me, which is good. I don't know, not that I couldn't be with a woman who's taller than me, but most women have an issue with men who aren't taller than them. It's a weird dynamic. Not in my family. None are blondes naturally, and all Italians and hillbillies. Do you think they'd get along with Rick? Van down by the river, gets all his food from a canal, cooks on an engine block. I mean, can you get any more hillbilly than that? I think not. Becky, she says, I'm not even 5 feet. Hey, Becky. No. I've always been like into just short girls. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just how it's always been for me. Well, not all the time, I guess. We all have what we find attractive and unattractive and all that stuff. And, you know, I'm still having issues with going live on YouTube or on Facebook. I'll reconnect and then I'll go to make the live and then it'll error out and then it'll error out and error out. So then it'll start to make like the appointment on Facebook, and then it won't do the rest of it. So just be mindful of that. I guess we'll be the best friends. That's I'm the shortest person in any crowd. All right. Me too, Becky. Me too. All right. I mean, I'm 6 foot tall, so give or take. Miami women are some of the least attractive. Even a male Muscovy duck is cuter. You need to get out more, Rick. Uh, I don't know. I thought they said that Miami women were supposed to be some of the hottest women on the planet, like Miami, and then you get down into like Colombia and Brazil. They're supposed to be like the hottest women. You know what I mean? Sweden, maybe. I don't know. I know Sweden for like supermodels and stuff. Don't y'all hate it when you're at a concert and the 6'6" giant person is to stand right in front of you? I don't have that problem typically because I'm usually on the gate. I always find myself right up to like the barricade because I need amps in my face. I need it right here. That's what I don't like about big festivals or like the big amphitheaters where you got to pay like $500 to be close. I don't like that. I like small shows. I can be up front, amps in my face, stand off to the side. I can watch the. I can be right. I can reach out and touch the guitar player. That's what I want. Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama, Key Largo, Montego. Okay, Matt, where is the absolute best place to see Magic Kingdom fireworks in your opinion? They don't have elevator music concerts. Ugh. And then they put kids on their shoulders. I like being behind the castle during the fireworks because you can actually hear them and they're loud. Like if you're back by like the circus area, that's pretty cool back there. I do like, but I mean, for the longest time, they haven't allowed you to be up at the train station. I like going up, like, so the first time we ever went, we were, I think it was a late night thing. I'm guessing we probably should have been kicked out or whatever because it was like after hours, but we didn't know anything about it then. We were just there. We didn't try to ride any rides, so that's probably why. But we ended up being there and saw it was like in 2015, we saw the electric light parade. It was one of the last years they had it. And we sat up, there were some like tables and chairs set up at the train station. And we sat there, a completely uninstructed view of the electric light parade. And it was amazing. So amazing. One of the best nights at the Magic Kingdom. You could see straight down Main Street, see the castle. You could see the parade. It was gorgeous. And they come right around that. Oh, it was awesome. You are a weird, weird person, Rick. Rock is not overrated. I love heavy metal, and that's fine. And you like elevator music, someone's got to like it. Andy says Susan is shorter than I am. My family used to be tall. They shrink with age and back compression issues. I'm holding to my 5'3" for all I'm worth. I wish they had 101 Strings concert tour. I'm sure they do. Like, there's usually, well, I mean, I know yeah, I mean, there's always like some kind of like Symphony on the Prairie and all that kind of stuff. Let's see. That's what we're going in 2 weeks when we go to the north. Nothing more from ashes to the new Set It Off concert. We want to the right at the top of the stage. Hopefully, we don't get swallowed up by the pit. I never have an issue with that. I'm a big guy anyway, so I never have any issues. And usually being like in the first couple of rows, like the right at the barricade, you're okay. I mean, when I was watching Botch at in Chicago at the Metro, I was right up front, and they were like crowd surfing, and they were pushing people back into the crowd. That gets rough, man. Your neck gets all messed up and stuff falling on your head and stuff. So much fun. Wouldn't have it any other way. I don't want to. It's probably like something like England or something like that. If I'm boring, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. Just a country where there's no iguanas left. Iguanas are an endangered species because all the ricks ate them. Oh, you guys are crazy. Yeah, it's only 46 degrees here, and cows outnumber people. I'm sure cows outnumber people now. Delicious cows. See, Evelyn says, I blame mosh pits for my back injuries, that and flipping my car over a cliff. By the way, I survived. Well, I'd imagine you did, or we're talking to a ghost. Have a good one, Karen. She says, have a great Sunday, everyone. Got to go walk my 3 fur babies. Well, enjoy your walk. Rick says it's 86 degrees there. That's terrible. No, sir, I don't like it. I used to like being in the very front and then like the being a lot of pushing and stuff in the back behind me because they pop my back and stuff. That always felt good. I was hit while in a bobcat by a truck going 30 to 40 miles an hour 20 years ago. There were things that you say that make things understandable. Like how did you fit into the bobcat? Because you're like 6'6". Those are made for small people. And then you got hit by a car going 40 miles an hour. I don't understand. Crazy. So what's new, folks? What's new? What's new? What's new? Rick says, I was working for a company that installed traffic signals. I hope you got some decent money out of that. Hope you got some good money out of that. I was hoping you'd show up, Mr. Christian DeLorme. Bonjour, everybody. He, ho, ho, ho. Oh, let's see. This is a good question. What was the last concert you went to, Evelyn? I think the last concert I went to, I know you didn't ask me, but I'm answering anyway. Last concert I went to was um Obscene, Ritual, I can't remember the middle band, and then Tomb Mold played. Tomb Mold was not what I was expecting when they went live. Like to look at Tomb Mold and to listen to Tomb Mold are two different things. Like, I don't know how to explain that. Like the band themselves look like camp counselors for summer camp. And then you listen to them, you're like, that's not what I was expecting. Let's see. Believe it or not, I was not seriously injured. I did not get much money at all. The insurer went bankrupt. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad you weren't hurt very bad. It sounds like something that would not be a thing. Like that just seems like you would have devastation. Trying to think of the next concert I have. I got to look at my calendar because actually my next concert's tomorrow night. Let's see. Let's see. Andy said Janet Jackson's concert in Indiana last summer. Saw Pentatonics 3 weeks later. Let's see. They sound kind of like Ghost. You look at them and then you think they're heavy and hardcore. Then they play pop metal music. I saw Ghost like on their first U.S. tour too. They play. I saw them. I saw them at the Riv in Chicago. Um, and they play. They opened for Mastodon and Opeth, or Opeth, and then Mastodon played. Like before they had their like before they had, they were still dressed up, but they didn't have their costumes solidified as they did in later tours. And I've seen them in multiple iterations. On like I've seen them on different tours. I've seen them probably 6 or 7, maybe 10 times. But yeah, their first record's the best. Evelyn said, "It's been years since I've been to a concert. Winter Jam or Rebecca St. James, both Christian. The truck that hit me broke apart and the Bobcat was pushed almost 100 feet. Oh my goodness." Shelley says, "In 2.5 weeks, I'm going to see Pitbull, Lil Jon, and T-Pain. It's been forever since I've been to a concert." Oh my goodness, that's going to be that's a interesting lineup. I'm seeing a band called Goat Whore tomorrow night from New Orleans, Louisiana. Let's see. All I remember was a big boom, and I felt like I was in a drag race before looking at the ground sideways. I have never heard of this person, but I like her. Sean says I like her songs with for King and Country. Okay, I don't even know who all else is playing tomorrow night. Doors at 7, shows 7:30. Vitriol, Necrofear, and TBD. TBD plays almost every show, right? But yeah, Rick says duck fighting is fun to watch. I don't know if I've ever seen it before. It's steamy in my office today. I don't know. It's cold outside, steamy in my office. Maybe it's just me. Like I've got those cold sweats. Wish I didn't feel so icky. So I just feel ugh. Not sick. I'm just ugh. Like run down. I grew up in Chicago and was a metalhead. When I became a Christian, I started listening to Christian metal. Love One Bad Pig, Holy Soldier. I never heard any of these bands. The only Christian metal band that I was ever really into, I think, knowingly, was Living Sacrifice. Let's see. Sean says, I'm a big fan of live music. Any live music, there's nothing like being there and seeing the people playing live. I'm so impressed with how talented people are. Yeah, I love it. It's 42, rainy and windy in Ottawa. It's 40. It was 40 whatever degrees here. It's 46 and sunny here in Indy, but yeah, it was rainy yesterday a little bit. I slept through most of it though. I did have a Striper autographed CD from the CD warehouse I worked at when I was younger, but I never got to see them live. They're still touring. Yeah, I mean, just I love live shows. I love live shows. It's just harder and harder to afford them now. Like Black Dahlia Murder is coming back, and I think they're up like $50. I'm like, that's insane for Black Dahlia Murder. Skillet, Flyleaf, Thousand Foot Crutch, Red are all fantastic Christian. Okay, yeah, I've heard of those bands. Flyleaf more than the other ones, I think, but just not my cup of tea, really. Um, that's like the um Evanescence. I think they were supposed to be a Christian band in the beginning or whatever. I don't know. Everything against it. Just not my like those band. There's just not bands that I've ever really been interested in, whether or not I knew they were Christian or not. There's a band I want to go see. I'm going to go see Twin Temple soon, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford to go see Twin Temple. It might sell out before I can get tickets. I want to see Black Dahlia Murder. I want to go see Power Glove. There's so many things coming up that I want to go see. I just don't think I'll have the money for it. But I loaded for a lot of concert work mini stages. I've done that here and there too. I want to go on like the 20,000 tons of metal tour. Because a lot of bands that play that don't ever actually step foot on American soil. So I mean, them playing that ship is about as close as I'll ever get, but that like sells out months before they ever actually start really announcing the bands. So it becomes difficult. Like it's hard to put a deposit down on something you're not going to be able to get back, or you don't even know who's playing. And even if you do find out bands that are playing you want to see, there's no 100% guarantee that band's actually going to show up. So Sean is talking about King and Country, great song. Rise, The Hell with the Devil, amazing video. Let's see. Do Evelyn, she's fantastic. And then Evelyn says, I heart that song. The new thing that's kind of dividing people is Linkin Park coming back with a new vocalist, a female. I heard like one little track the other day, and it didn't. I was never really a Linkin Park fan, and I'm still not a Linkin Park fan, but I didn't think she sounded all that bad. And I am a person that's kind of like, okay, like if your main, like if one of your main people dies, you should probably like. That's how I was with Alice in Chains. Like I get that their vocalist guy, the Duval guy, sounds a lot like Lane, but it's not Lane. And maybe they should have changed their name into something and then just continued to play Alice in Chains songs. That would have been a better situation for me than instead of continuing to call yourself Alice in Chains. But I mean, then again, there's like that thing with like the same thing happened with AC/DC, and nobody ever says anything to them about it, you know? You know. Let's see. Hey, I listened to Striper in my holy roller days. I was a huge Carmen and Petra fan back then. Evelyn says, you know how they say, come to the dark side, we have cookies. You need to come to the light side, we have good music. I don't know about all that. I don't know. I think as far as music is concerned, I think the dark side is usually the better side for music. I don't know why. That's my opinion. It's more fun. I don't ever take it seriously, though. Evelyn says, I opened for Petra when I was 6 years old. Maritza is here. Good morning. It's like, what, 3 a.m. where you are? Or something crazy like that? I don't know what time it is there. No, not 3. 6? Yeah, that's crazy. My mom was born in Dublin, Ireland. I love traditional Irish music. That's why I got hooked on the live music, going to see Irish bands playing. I mean, that's kind of what happened with me. Like, oh, let's see. We tried that pumpkin and sausage soup, non keto, of course. Mel did fresh jalapeno bread. Oh, what'd you think? I think it's some of the best soup. I still got some frozen in the freezer. I just have been afraid to eat it because I don't want to run out. I don't want to run out. Oh, 6 a.m. That's what time I got up. Good morning. Delicious. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing soup. And you can make it just as good keto. Less guilt. Good, better for your belly, your waistline. I mean, legitimately, it's so good. Like, I mean, like when we go to these functions and they have that, that's all I want to eat. I don't give a anything about. I don't care about brisket, anything. Just give me the soup. I like the soup. The soup. Give me the soup. Evelyn says I bought sausage to make the soup this week. Oh, it is becoming soup weather. I need to make this. I'll have to make broccoli cheddar soup soon because that's going to be a necessity. Broccoli cheddar soup. Ooh, broccoli cheddar soup. Ooh. I haven't. I've been holding on to it because I'm afraid to eat it because I won't have any more till like November. And people are like, "We can make you some, but how are you going to get it to me? Can't throw that far." Yeah, send me some photos on X. I love it. Can't listen to Linkin Park. That's my son's favorite back in the day, and it's a trigger. Yeah. I was like that for a while with like some of like Chino stuff. My friend that's not with us anymore. He was a huge Chino fan. So like Deftones. There was a band that he was in called Palms. He had like a one album that they put out. I think they might only put one out. Maybe there was 2 albums. I don't know for sure. He's got a band called Crosses. The last time we ever hung out was actually in Chicago, seeing the band Crosses seeing Crosses at the House of Blues. The last time I ever saw him, and I was kind of upset with him that night, and I never saw him again, and he's gone. So it was always a little difficult. I've been able to kind of start listening to Deftones again here and there. I've seen him live a few times since he's been gone. He's been gone since 2014. But that's just one of those things. Like it's very difficult for me sometimes. Pictures of soup and bread on X. I love it. Oh. Maybe I'll eat the soup today. Maybe I'll eat the soup today. I'll have to pull it out and let it thaw, then put it in the microwave. Oh, oh, oh. Mm. Let me take a look and see if Christian sent me those photos yet. Oh, that looks good. Mm. They even got him dipping bread in it too. Oh, oh, oh. And Rick, quack, quack. The ducks have deserted me. Oh no. So are you allowed to eat as many ducks as you want, Rick, or as many as you can catch, or is there like a limit? Because I know that geese are protected, but you can't eat geese, right? I mean, you can probably buy them. You can probably get a goose, like a Christmas goose. I know Costco sells duck pieces sometimes, like duck breast and stuff like that. And do you find like different, like a white duck tastes better than a mallard, or like what kind of duck tastes better to you? I'm curious. Scott says, finished the morning ruck, saw 2 deer and 4 turkeys on the trail this morning. Well, that is amazing. Let's see. Muscovy duck is invasive and always on the menu. All right. Sean says, during my trip to Ireland, I got to hear my uncle play the guitar again. First time I've heard him play since my childhood. It brought back so many memories. I heated the bread so that the butter melted, and yes, I drink old Milwaukee beer. I'll be in Milwaukee in like 2 weeks. Egyptian goose is also invasive. I'm not a big beer fan. I used to when I was younger, but it never tasted good with food. Ugh, I don't know. Ducks and geese are so expensive to buy for Christmas dinner. Yeah. We usually buy 2 turkeys and cook 2 turkeys at each meal. So Thanksgiving we do 2 turkeys and 2 turkeys at Christmas. Of course, Rick. Why waste time with bread? You shouldn't even be feeding bread to the ducks. It's terrible for them too. They don't need to be eating bread. Oh my goodness. Thing is, once I eat, I can't drink beer anymore. Yeah, like, I just never liked beer with food. Like, go out and people be drinking beer with food. I'm like, "Ugh, I just can't. Like, that's where like soda or milk was always big for me. So I could drink soda and drink milk with food, but not beer or alcohol, which is never a thing. Like to me, like alcohol was always after meal. Have a glass of whiskey after the meal or something like that, but never during. Even with me, like with my breakfast, if I'm gonna have coffee and food, I either drink my coffee, then make food, or if I make food, then make coffee, I eat my food, then drink my coffee. I don't do them at the same time. I'm weird. I can't do it. So I guess tomorrow I'm gonna see Goat Horde. That's gonna be fun. I completely forgot that was that soon. I knew it was coming up. I just didn't remember the date, but that's gonna be fun. Excited for that. I haven't seen them in a while. Um, yeah. So that'll be a show I'm seeing tomorrow. That'll be fun. Oh, let's see. So what's everyone else got going on? Sean says beer was my go-to drink. I still have a few every once in a while. Nothing like a cold beer to wash down blazing hot wings. Just I mean, ice cold beer. It just never was. It never quenched my thirst. It never made me. Just I don't know. When I was in my 20s, I drink beer, but it was always to get inebriated. It was never an enjoyment thing. And since I met Brian, 70s rock fan, I'm into Scottish whiskey. Yeah, I feel that. I had Scottish whiskey in Scotland for my 21st birthday. I want to go to Scotland and Ireland and all those. I want to go to all those places. My coffee, Maritza's coffee is brewing. Mine is gone. Mine coffee is sadly no longer with us. Mm. Oh. Let's see. Brian says today we are going to be finishing our first epoxy river table. I want to see photos. Send them however you can. If you have Twitter, send them over to @KetoSimple, or I don't know how you can send them in a Facebook group. I don't know. Wherever we find each other, let me know. I want to see pictures. Maritza says I'm late to the party. Well, my coffee was much needed today. Like I said, I've been feeling off for like the last couple of weeks, and coffee is the only thing that kind of sort of halfway helps. Even though I can probably go take a nap right now after sleeping all night and having a big cup of coffee. I've just been feeling like, uh, oh, just absolute garbage. But I think I'm going to cut today short, ladies and gentlemen. I totally appreciate all of you. I have updated this membership list here with all of you amazing members that are new to the channel, new to being a member, those who have subscribed. I truly, truly appreciate you for all you do for me. Truly appreciate each and every one of you. Let's see. Carl says, I previously abused alcohol. Now, instead of emotional drinking, celebration status, etc., it is situational. Growing a hot dog, want a summer beer, campfire, I want a dark beer, one or two tops. I just don't have I'll buy a beer sometimes and I'll use it for cooking. If I'm going to have a couple of drinks, it's going to be whiskey or something like that. But I don't know. Even like New Year's, it went a little far. And I mean, that's just one of those things, you know? Oh, let's see. Call up my GAS. Give a shit meter is being broken. Oh, my goodness. But thanks to all my wonderful members. Again, thank you to Sean for gifting 5 memberships last week. You're a truly, truly amazing person. Oh, I think I may go lay down again. Have a great day, everyone. Yes, Maritza, thank you all so much for being here, making my Sunday, the end of week, the start of my week, however you want to look at it, is one of those things that I look forward to beyond everything else. I love sitting here and hanging out with you, drinking my coffee, having a great conversation with all of you wonderful, wonderful people. Truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you all so very much, Sean, Maritza, Rick, everyone, Christian, Evelyn, Carl, everyone who's been here, everyone who hangs out with me. I truly love all of you. And we'll see you Tuesday, Wednesday. Maybe I'll pop in on another live another time this week. You never know how things are going to go. But until then, we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye, everybody.